Gang, welcome back to another Level Up podcast slash video. We are going to get into today's topic, which is going to be things that will accelerate your growth as an online coach. More so specifically, three things will accelerate your growth, and it will give you such an unfair advantage against your competition, basically. Okay, so number one, first and foremost, beyond anything else, is a marketing strategy. Okay. So if you have a marketing strategy, you're going to beat 90% of online coaches because 90% of online coaches do not know what the fuck they're doing. I can tell you that right now. I can flick on my Instagram right now and go through who knows what they're doing and who doesn't. For the vast majority of online coaches, they have no idea. Because the barrier to entry is so low, what's happening is that everyone's just spraying and praying on social media. And then you get like the top 10% who are absolutely dominating and are taking these people's clients because these guys have no idea what the fuck they're doing. So if you have like a marketing strategy in place, you're gonna absolutely fucking dominate right now. Okay. Number two, an ability to coach. Okay. So like if you're an actual great coach, and by the way, everyone thinks that they're a great coach. Okay. But the true marker of if you're a great coach is how many people are leaving you on a monthly basis. If it's more than two, I would say you probably need to scratch up your coaching knowledge or just like coaching style in general. Now, coaching knowledge is not always about macros and all that shit. It's actually about coaching people at a one-to-one level and coaching people. Now, this means like potentially looking at, I suppose, like coaching psychology books, for example, right? Or just looking at psychology in general. A lot of coaching is how to get someone from A to B. If you look at some of the best coaches in the world, let's just detach from online coaches, but say, for example, like Pep Guardiola, right? One of the, or not even one of the best football coaches in the world. He is the best football coach in the whole entire world. If you look at how he speaks to people, how he speaks to every single person to get the best out of them, right? That's coaching. That's coaching, right? He's not necessarily talking football terms the whole time. Okay, it's the same with you. He's like, you don't need to talk, I suppose, like fat loss language the whole time. Okay, you need to basically sit someone down and understand how you can get the best out of that client. Like, how can they stick to that plan? It's not always to do with the most optimal training program, meal plan, whatever. It's to do with this. How can I get this person from A to B in the best way possible? How can I get them to just work? And that's your job, okay? So sometimes you have to detach yourself from like training program, meal plan, and just almost like improve your knowledge as a coach, right? That's your job. You're not a macro tweaker, you're a coach, okay? So learning about psychology is fucking huge. So how to accelerate your growth, marketing strategy, be an actual coach, okay? And number three, mentoring, right? I know this is a massive plug towards what we do here, but honestly, if you have someone by your side telling you what to do, you're going to be better than, honestly, and like I'll say this now, about 99% of online coaches, because the 9% that I kind of mentioned in the like in the previous section where I'm saying like 90% of online coaches just spray and pray, 10% are pretty good. I can almost guarantee out of that 10% that 9% don't have mentors, and like almost like 1% do. I can almost guarantee that. And the reason being is obviously like it comes with a cost for sure. But you have to look at like our typical ROI. So if you came into the mentorship, our typical ROI is 700%, 695% if you want to be technical. Like, so every £1,000 you take in, like 695% on top of that is yours. That's you in the green, right? Now, as the months go on, that ROI just keeps going, gets higher and higher and higher. But it isn't always about the costing element. It's about the knowledge you're about to gain and the strategy that you're about to implement, and understand how far ahead you are going to be, like ahead of most coaches, with a proper marketing selling strategy. One that we can basically go, right, okay, this is what you're going to be doing for the first month. This is what you're going to be doing for the second month. This is what you're going to be doing for the third month. We know that online coaching, get someone from A to B, is your job. So you know how effective accountability is. Imagine having that for your business. Like, you're going to be so far ahead of most people if you had accountability. And that's basically our job, is to sit you down and stop you from doing stupid shit and get you to do things that work. I'll say this very like bluntly. An online coach's lifespan is probably anywhere between 18 and maybe 45. Okay. So if you're like 25 or even 35, you have got such a small window to learn about all this shit before you're going to retire. Nobody's hiring a coach at 45. No one. Okay. No one that I know anyway. Maybe 45-year-olds, but you know, beyond doubt, like after that, you're going to have no revenue coming in. So you're going to have to learn about all this shit, really fucking accelerate your growth, get yourself into a nice position so you can retire at 45, 50. Okay. It's a very short window. So the more you wait to try and learn, and the more you wait to try and you're trying to do this by yourself, you're shortening that window, right? So every single year you get older, you're shortening that window. So this is where you have no revenue. And if you keep shortening it by trying to learn yourself, like the amount of money you're going to gain in here is shorter. Now, if you're like 20 and your retirement age is going to be 45, 50, like if you start learning it here, fucking beautiful. Like that's unreal, because you've got all that window to gain money and then get fucked, like get out, right? Put it into a property business, put it into another business, put it into something that gives you passive income, invest in the S&P, right? But the amount of coaches that try to do it themselves and just waste so much time is unbelievable. Okay. I spent the first 3 years trying to do this myself. It didn't go anywhere. Okay. As soon as I started to invest in marketing courses and stuff like that, that's when my revenue just fucking took off. One of the biggest regrets I have as an online fitness coach is not investing sooner, because I'd have grown so much quicker. And to be honest, to this day, I would be in a better position if I invested sooner. Okay. So, yeah. So things that will accelerate your growth: a marketing strategy, being a fucking good coach, and then some sort of accountability or mentor. Okay. Do that. And, yeah, you're winning.